Good morning. Welcome to Waggy Dog. There's Brewster up there. It's not really wagging, but he looks pretty good. Oh, here comes a car. Now yesterday, I realized that I more or less forgot to lay out a purpose for this channel. The idea here is that you can always take a walk with me. My wife has a busy job and I work out of the house. So I am the family dog walker. I'm out here quite a bit. And it occurred to me that there may be people, maybe younger, maybe older, maybe folks in various stages of life, folks who are used to living with a dog, have had a dog most of their lives, but now for whatever reason don't own a dog or can't have one. Maybe a younger person. By the way, it's dead silent out here, so I know there are no cars within quite a ways. That's why I walked casually and didn't swivel the camera. Anyway, maybe you're a younger person, graduated from college recently, living in the city now. It's not practical to have a dog, but you miss your buddy. Maybe you're much older. Don't have the energy anymore or the strength to get out there every single day. Take your buddy for a long hike. Well, you can always come with me. I spend a lot of time out here. Now, yesterday I told you about finding Brewster at North Shore Animal League. How we got him. We walked him outside. We had a basket, a bunch of blankets, all sorts of things in the car. We weren't quite sure what was going to happen. We thought we might struggle to get him in the car. A little casual with these road crossings, buddy. We thought he might struggle. Instead, he hopped right in. We had a laundry basket back there. I don't know what we were thinking. He hopped in. Could have been happier to get in the car and go off with somebody. My wife rode in the back seat with him just to keep him company. We got him back to Connecticut. We went to I guess it was PetSmart, to get some supplies. They said, sure, bring your dog right in. So we brought him in there. He probably peed on the floor. But they were not fazed at all. They said that's part of the deal with the dog in the store. So we brought him home to our house. He hopped out, ran out into the backyard, and took a poop. Now, over the years, I've watched him and I've noticed that exact spot, or very close to that exact spot, is one of his favorite spots. He likes to sit back there, survey his domain, take in the sunshine. And I thought to myself, was that luck that he just hit that spot the very first moment he was in our yard, or was there something about that spot that attracted him in the first instance? And it reminded me of something that I read a long time ago. Maybe I was, 13, 14, 15, something like that. Quite a few cars coming here. Okay, buddy, let's go. Oh, don't cross now. That's one of his worst traits. He knows not to cross when a car is coming, but he doesn't understand the concept of the second car. As I mentioned before, I listen, that's how I know. But when cars have just gone by, the sound of an oncoming car is masked, so you can't cross at that time. Brewster doesn't grasp that. He knows that a car goes by, okay, he's supposed to stay at the side of the road. But as soon as that car is gone by, then he's ready to charge. That makes me nervous. One of these days, the leash is going to slip or something's going to happen. He's going to charge at the wrong time. Also, that airplane flying overhead is not good either. I rely on absolute silence. When it's not there, I have certain troubles. Now, I could wing my head around and look behind me, but that's almost nauseating with the camera. Now it's back to silent, aside from the distant airplane. At any rate, Brewster's spot. I read this book when I was a kid. It was by a man named Carlos Castaneda. And the title or the subtitle or some portion of it was called A Yaqui Way of Knowledge. Okay, slow up. Here comes a car. Easy, easy. Make sure there are no more now. I suppose the Yaqui were a Native American tribe, maybe a branch of the Navajo or something. I'm not quite sure what the Yaqui were, who the Yaqui were, if there still are Yaqui, if I'm even pronouncing that name correctly. A Yaqui Way of Knowledge. Now, Carlos Castaneda was the author of the book. He may have also been the narrator, or maybe he created another character. I don't recall that either. We'll call it Carlos himself. And Carlos wants to learn the Yaqui Way of Knowledge. That's the whole point. And he's down in the southwest, I guess maybe New Mexico, Arizona, those parts. Maybe the book was written in the late 60s, by the way. Maybe the early 60s, I don't know. It's like kind of psychedelic era. Eastern philosophies, non-traditional philosophies were all the rage, it seems to me. He's trying to learn the Yaqui philosophy. And he's going around the countryside and he's talking to people, picking up little tidbits here and there. And finally somebody says, you need to go see the Grand Poopah, the guru, whoever it is, some guy up in the mountains. He's the one with the answers. So Carlos Castaneda, oh, come on, Brewster. So he does that. So Carlos Castaneda goes up, hikes up into the mountains. He finds his cabin. Come on. Finds this old man. He talks to him for a little while. He tells him what he's after. And the man says to him, I'll be glad to talk to you. But before we talk, you need to find your spot. And Carlos Castaneda says, well, what's that? What's my spot? And he says, you'll know. And the old man goes inside and closes the door. Now Carlos Castaneda is out on the deck. I envision kind of a wooden deck, maybe 10 feet by 20 feet. Who knows what it really was, but that's what I envision in my mind. Looking over some canyon, some beautiful southwestern view. Carlos Castaneda is sitting out there on this deck thinking, find my spot. What is he talking about? So he moves to the other end of the deck and kind of looks out over the valley. He's like, yeah, this is a nice spot, nice view. But is it my spot? He moves towards the middle of the railing, looks out and thinks, nice view. Maybe this is my spot. How do I find my spot? Well, he really has no idea what to do. So he lays himself down on the deck. He chooses a logical place in a corner. Lies there for a few minutes, thinks, how does this feel? After a couple more minutes, he rolls over, 6 inches, a foot, whatever, just a slightly different spot. He lies there for a while. How does this feel? He's waiting for something to strike him, something to tell him, this is your spot. Well, 6 hours later, he's still slowly rolling over like a rotisserie hot dog, trying to find his spot. It's now dark. Night has come. Probably the old man snoring inside, who knows. And he's still rolling around out there trying to find his spot. The next thing he knows, it's daylight again. The old man is standing over him. Castanada's been asleep for 5-6 hours, whatever length of time. He sits up, he rubs his eyes, he looks at the old guru, and the old man says, I see you found your spot. that story stuck with me for all these years. I just found that to be kind of a funny story, because it's just so classic. You don't really know the answer. Was that really his spot, or was it just the place he happened to fall asleep in? Was there anything special about that particular spot? Why that particular spot was the one where he fell asleep? Was it any more comfortable than the spot just to the left or just to the right? Or was it just a random event? He was tired. He had to go to sleep. It was time to go to sleep, and he did it wherever he was. You could take it from both directions. But that became Carlos Castanada's spot. And over, I don't know how long he was there for, the ensuing days or weeks, whatever the length of time was, whenever Carlos went up to talk to the guru, he sat on that spot, and the guru sat in his spot, and they talked about the Yaqui way of knowledge. And out in the backyard, Brewster has his spot. So in my opinion, he's an exceedingly wise dog. Let's go see that waterfall. Let's go see the waterfall. Come on, let's take a peek. Come here, buddy. Nope, not interested in the waterfall. Okay, moving on. See you tomorrow.